so I'm punching out for the day. And then I have a prayer that I say. And I might even ask for God to help me see these things in prayer.
Don't you think there's also a way that gratitude transforms us? I mean, gratitude sort of rewrites the past, changes the story. The more gratitude that we have, the more it sort of transforms our story.
A connection between memory, attention, and prayer. That there's a through line there with those concepts. Do either of you have any thoughts on that? Or
well, I think these are prayers that we don't even know that we utter. Like, I think that happens, when you get to see a through line, like Michael just described, right? When you get to look back over your life, God willing that you live long enough to be able to do that, and you see that happening, you realize that there is a prayer there that actually came from you, but wasn't prayed by you. At that realization, one utters a prayer of gratitude, right? Because then one is made aware of that process in which they were engaged, and engaged is actually a really good word. It's like a train,
Mm-hmm.
You've clicked into something, and it's pulling you up that hill, and you don't even know.
It's the connection to your wild twin or guardian angel.
Recent events have caused me to return to verbal prayers. There's been an evolution of my prayer history. I used to do it, and then at one point I decided that it's just your will be done, man. I don't even know, and so I quit. And then there was I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with the praying, so I'll just go feel what's in my heart and broadcast that and let that be my prayer. But recently the events have driven me back to asking for things and requesting things. And part of that process, I started with the Lord's Prayer, and that's a great one. But lead us not into temptation, because we know how that ends. But also one thing that happened was the initial prayer I was invoked into, even though my family was particularly a-religious, was the "now I lay me down to sleep" prayer. And it's traditional, or as I was taught, that you ask for protection for those you love. And as I reinitiated that practice, it reminded me, I noticed that it was basically you reminding yourself of the people you care about enough to include in that, hey God, watch out for these guys part. And that I've found to be particularly potent. Even whether or not the prayers work or there is any actual protection, just the practice of remembering, of bringing to your own mind those that you care enough about to include in that, it does. I don't know. For me, I suppose it refocuses me on what has proven to be important over it's the care. It reminds you of the care you have, and if nothing else, perhaps that is potent.